Well, this is Sam Jones, and I'm sitting here with Robbin, Broome, the creator and developer of the Smart Lifestyle, and we appreciate you watching our video here today. We just wanted to talk about the acronym for SMART, and we're going to take one letter at a time. And Robbin, we sat down a couple years ago and kind of I'm looking over here in the corner here in this room. We have a dry erase board where we sat down and got all our thoughts together. Right. And I helped you kind of put all this together. But we have a funnel that we deal with, and that funnel is made of our acronym. And you know, the acronym stands for soundness, maturity, action, accountability, restoration, and transformation. And so we're going to talk about the first letter in SMART today. And Robbin, why don't you kind of discuss, you know, your thinking about the letter S?
Okay. You know, this goes back many years ago that I had this vision of where I wanted to go, and you and I discussed that about 7-8 years ago and started putting it into play. But this acronym came to me when I first went into the financial advising business through another plan or program that I was using, and I took it and used it in a manner that I felt like I was being led to use it in. And that's how we came up with what we do. But you know, the S basically I use to stand for soundness. You know, the Bible talks about renewing your mind. It talks about, you know, be not conformed to the world, but be transformed. And in doing that, you have to renew your mind. And to renew your mind, you have to put other things into your mind. You know, you have to put new stuff in. What's in there is not going anywhere. It's just going to be placed down, right? So, but you got to put new stuff in, and to where you can make good, sound decisions. And I think that's a very scriptural concept, and that's got to be the first step. You know, when it comes to retirement planning, which we basically are talking about in these videos, when it comes to that, making good, sound financial decisions is very important to your family, number one, and to yourself. So, you know, we want to provide information that will help folks to come out and make good, sound decisions for themselves. We just want to lead you to make your decisions. We don't want to put any things in your head that we think you should do. You see, which is quite the opposite of what our government's trying to do to us. So, but we want you to be able to be led in a direction that you can make your own good decisions for you and your family. And that's what I think the first step to finding a good advisor is all about, is finding that one who wants you to make your decisions best for your family, and put your family and your goals and needs in first place. And reading through your book, Living a Smart Lifestyle Financially, in the section that is marked S for the acronym, there's one thing that stood out to me. One of the things about sound thinking is you have to be able to see where you were and to get your mind to where you want to go. And you know, and in Christian terms, we call that kind of what's the term we use for it? Repent of your thinking, the wrong thinking to new thinking, kind of a, you know, a total. What's the transforming of the mind, the renewal?
Total about face.
That's right.
See what you were doing wrong and move to what needs to be done right.
Exactly.
And so soundness is a good foundation.
It's come. I think everybody gets to a point, Sam, especially in the financial world, that you get to a point in your life where you might have made some wrong decisions, and you get your backs against the wall, and you start reacting. You know, and you start reacting to your circumstances, and you're not thinking things through. So you react to your circumstances, which cause more reactions. So what we want you to do is we want you to get tired enough of the decisions that you made wrong and decide you want to do something right. So you got to be tired of stinking thinking, really, to want to renew your mind. So that's kind of where we want to start with you. Is when you've decided that you're just tired of being tired, and you want difference in your life, and that's where we can start to help.
And we often say here on the radio show, and then also in our mission statement, is that we want to get people to live a life of proaction and not reaction.
Exactly.
You know, and we don't want people to it's like most people are pushing back against life but we need to be pulling life behind us.
That's right.
Have a plan, be moving forward, have a vision, and so that's part of what soundness.
Without a vision, you perish.
Yeah,
that's true.
So in your book, you talk about the parable where Jesus says, "He that hears my words and does them is like the man who built his house upon the rock."
That's right.
And when the winds came, when the floods came, and it beat upon the house, the house didn't fall.
That's right.
And your sound thinking. Financially, and that can go with any area of life.
Absolutely.
But your sound thinking financially is your foundation.
Yeah, and when we started this whole concept, Sam, of this platform of smart living, we did it generically for financial living.
Right.
But we also had talked very specifically about we didn't want to just be about finance.
Right.
It can be about marriage. It can be about child rearing. It can be about any area of life. And so if you follow through the concepts that we use for our funnel, the smart lifestyle, then you can come out the bottom with proactive behavior and in any area of your life.
Yeah, and that makes me think back to Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path.
Exactly.
And one of the pieces of that, when you lean to your own understanding, you're leaning on a faulty thought process.
Oh yeah. You're gonna mess up.
And that's the wrong foundation.
That's right.
You have to lean on something that's sure and truthful.
That's right.
And so when we're thinking about the S in SMART, we're thinking about soundness, thinking in the right direction, and putting down a good sound foundation. And so that's what the S stands for in SMART. Don't miss the SMART lifestyle on 1360 AM WELP on Friday evenings at 7 and on Saturday afternoons at 12:30. And we look forward to having you be a part of our listening audience. And this is Sam Jones with the Smart Lifestyle, sitting here with Robbin, Broome, the creator and developer. Hoping you have a great day.